I'm Adam,
And I'm Acorn.
and this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey Acorn, do you like trucks?
Definitely. I used to play with toy cars all the time when I was a kid.
I was never really that interested in them. Cars, trucks, vans, semis, they were just a way to get from one place to another.
Isn't your dog named Truck?
Yes, but he wasn't named after a vehicle.
Then how did he get his name?
We found Truck running down the street one day. We caught him and were holding him, waiting for his owners to show up.
But they never did?
Nope. We posted all over social media, took him to the vet, posted flyers.
And nothing.
Nope. We had him for days and we decided that we couldn't just call him Dog, so my son suggested that we call him Chuck,
Which rhymes with truck.
which everyone heard as Truck, so that's what we started calling him.
Too funny.
In today's book, there is definitely a vehicle truck, and it gets stuck. Let's get started. Big Truck, Little Island by Chris Van Dusen. Out on the ocean one bright summer day, bound for an island still 5 miles away, a tugboat was towing a truck on a barge, a truck that was hauling a load extra large. The cargo it carried was all under wraps, tied to the trailer with buckles and straps, facing a twisty and treacherous ride to get to the field on the far eastern side. The barge reached the dock, the truck trundled on, and bucked up the bridge with a wheeze and a pop. Then slowly but surely it chugged up the road, lugging its 20-ton oversized load. One narrow roadway transected the aisle, and the driver had driven it less than a mile, when he came to a switchback terribly tight, then felt the whole payload shift off to his right.
What do you think that a big truck was carrying on a small island?
Probably some sort of supplies or food.
Perhaps hot sauces?
There may be some hot sauces, but I doubt there are 20 tons of hot sauces.
Maybe it was a yearly supply.
So you think that the people on this island eat 40,000 pounds of hot sauce in a year?
That seems reasonable to me.
The trailer was tipping, everything slipping. The wheels on the way back were no longer gripping. They skidded and slid off the road, and then they landed and lodged in the soft, sticky mud. 2 cars in a hurry arrived from the north. Then from the south came a third and a fourth. They waited and wished that the traffic was flowing. They had things to do, and they had to get going. Meg had a swim meet at 3 at the pool. She swam the fly for her team at the school. And Barry was already late for ballet. He needed to practice his battement frappe. Pete had a project to finish with Paul, a working volcano with lava and all. And Sue had to be at the dog wash with Bunk, her sheepdog who tried to make friends with the skunk.
This island seems like a spooky, scary place.
Really? It looks quite beautiful to me.
There are only like 25 houses there, pretty much one road, and skunks.
What's so scary about that?
Did you know that pigs have a stronger sense of smell than most mammals in the world?
I still don't get what's so scary.
For one thing, if there's only one road, but then you have to worry about trucks tipping over or getting stuck on it.
So spooky.
And then, while you're sitting there stuck, you could be sprayed by a skunk.
I'm still not getting it.
Then you've obviously never smelled a skunk like a pig.
You've obviously never watched many scary movies if that's what frightens you. Parental frustration soon started to show. How could they get where they needed to go? They stewed and they steamed, their faces grew red. Then all the children convened up ahead. Since Meg lived by Barry and Barry knew Pete, and Pete was Sue's neighbor on Sycamore Street, and Meg was in art club with Barry and Sue, they quickly decided, as friends, what to do. Barry said, "Listen, Well, I'll exchange cars. We'll borrow yours and then you borrow ours. I'll switch with Pete and make swaps with Sue, and later we'll trade our cars back when we're through. The parents agreed the solution was great. By borrowing cars, they'd no longer be late, and so they departed and went on their way to the pool or the dog wash, to Paul's or ballet. And as for the big rig, that too was okay. A wrecker was summoned and towed it away to the far eastern field, where later that night, all was revealed to the people's delight.
Kids, save the day.
It's nice that they were thinking outside the box.
And they were being so neighborly.
When I was in college, I lived in a house with 4 other guys. We all had cars and would block each other in when we parked.
Well, that's not nice.
We didn't do it to be mean, but it was necessity. Because of that, we'd always leave our keys in our cars, just in case someone needed to move our car.
Weren't you scared that someone was going to steal it?
Not at all. And it seems like the people on this island are nice enough that they can just trade cars.
It's too bad that the truck wasn't filled with hot sauce.
Instead, it was a traveling carnival. Are those scary for you too?
No, I love carnivals. Rides, music, funnel cakes. Hot sauce on top of the funnel cakes? What's not to love?
Nothing at all. And speaking of loving things, if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Acorn.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Author's note. A few years ago, I heard about an incident that happened in Vinyl Haven, an island off the coast of Maine. During a large wind power construction project, a huge tractor trailer went off the road and blocked the local traffic. Given the size of the truck and the narrowness of the island's roads, such a mishap seemed almost likely. But it was the way the islanders resolved the problem that I found so remarkable. They did exactly what's described in the book. They swapped cars with their friends and completed their journeys. Some even made it home before their ice cream melted. Later, after the big rig had been cleared and the road was once again opened, all of the people involved returned the cars to their original owners. Apparently, this kind of sharing is very common on the island. When I contacted a resident of Vinyl Haven to ask if the story was true, she seemed surprised that I was planning to turn it into a book. She said, "We all know each other, so that's what we do. We leave our trucks unlocked with the keys inside in case someone needs to borrow one. Don't you wish everyone was that trusting?" So even though I changed a few of the details and added some new fictional characters, this is overall a true story. And I can't think of a better example of problem solving and cooperation than what took place on that day on Vinyl Haven off the coast of Maine. This is one of the big rigs used to transport the enormous wind turbine blades in Vinyl Haven. Here it is leaving the waterfront on the island to make its way up the construction site. Acknowledgements. Thanks to Hillary Jackson and Chris Davidson, who first told me the story, and to Philip Conkling for filling me in on all the details. Thank you to Maya and Matt Myers, who offered some great text suggestions. Thanks also to Peter Ralston, who provided me with the photo above. Did you know aerodynamic mud flaps help increase fuel efficiency and safety? Mud flaps protect vehicles, passengers, and pedestrians from mud or debris that can fly off a semi's rotating tires, but they also have other advantages. Mud flaps are also designed to improve airflow, reduce water spray from rain, and decrease drag, all of which help improve fuel efficiency and safety.